Boxers Trainers Channel. And going into the final week of the super duper fight between Torresburg Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez, we have a show today about parts of the undercard. And the undercard has a lot of big players in the sense that this is the undercard today we're speaking of, right? This is part of the undercard, and it is a fight that had already had a part one involved to it, in the sense that this is a rematch for Serhii Bohachuk versus Adams. Excuse me, Serhii Bohachuk versus Brandon Adams at 168 for the WBC interim championship belt, right? And I did the tape on both of these cats, right? And in the first fight, right, it was an 8-round knockout by Adams, right? And I want to say at first in that fight, Bohachuk was dominating, or is my opinion, that Bohachuk was dominating Adams. But in the 8th round, Bohachuk let his guards down, and Adams knocked him out with a left hook, right? Completely knocked him out. Finished the fight. But this makes for a great undercard for the upcoming fight between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Torresburg Crawford, because they got a heck of a undercard. And like I said, this is part of the undercard. There's like maybe 5 or 6 events prior to the main event, and I'm going to try to do my best to service all of those as far as the undercard is concerned. But today we are working and featuring Serhii Bohachuk versus Brandon Adams, and I think that's going to be a good fight as well, right? Because there's a lot of uncertainty behind that fight, in the sense that Bohachuk got something to prove. You know what I mean? And to think that Turkey Al-Sheikh would be intelligent enough to put this undercard together featuring somebody like Bohachuk. Bohachuk is a hell of a boxer, man. You know what I mean? He's a boxer punching, actually, you know, in my opinion, right? And shout out to the chat. And I think that it's going to make a good event on top of the Torres Canelo Alvarez main event versus Torresburg Crawford versus Saul Canelo Alvarez. I've been saying that so many times. It's like, damn, I should already know that. But anyway, Bohachuk, I think, might, if he comes in like he fought, if he comes in fighting like he fought the night that he fought Adams, it's going to be a long night for him. But if he has trained up, right, to be able to put himself in a position where he knows the mistakes that he made, which, as memory serves me correctly, he dropped his guard, right, and he may have been a little fatigued in the 8th round, but he dropped his guard, and Adams took advantage of that and knocked him out, right? So this should be a good event, because Bohachuk knows, or should know, his mistakes, and went back to the gym and corrected the mistakes he made, right? And if that's the case, I got Bohachuk by a slim margin, right? I mean, because in the first fight, he was the aggressor, right? And he was the aggressor throughout the fight. So let's say that he has corrected the mistake, and he goes in and shows that he can still be dominant against Adams. I have to take Bohachuk. You know what I mean? But not to say that Adams isn't a great fighter, because he is. Now, I'm going to say a little bit about Torresburg Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez. I just found out today that Torresburg Crawford has an injury, right? Now, whether it is to such a degree where it's going to hinder his performance, I doubt that very seriously, because Boxers like Torrance Bud Crawford are able or capable of fighting through the pain, right? And I believe that Torrance Bud Crawford is one of the greatest boxers that ever lace up a pair of gloves. And if in the event the injury is serious, I think it's to the shoulder, right? I'm quite sure he'll be able to fight through that. So that being the case, I appreciate y'all, especially all in the chat that's being repetitive and coming back and seeing about the old man. I appreciate that, man. I really do. But hit the subscription button, hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, and let me know what y'all think about Serhii Bohachuk versus Brandon Adams fight, right? Who do you got? That being said, I got to go. Later.